Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast. I'm Therese Pelzer here, your voice manager. I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak up about what has kept them silent for way too long. So you see the new headphones, trying them out, want to check to see if the audio is working because y'all know it'd be a struggle out this piece. And I need to know if I need to disconnect them quickly. For those of you who are coming in and you're catching the replay viewers, you know I always show you love. Make sure you let me know where it is that you're catching the replay from, so that way I can come back and high five you in the comments. No matter what platform you are on, I appreciate you being here because guess what? Without you, there is no morning press. That you're catching the replay from, so that way I can come back and high five you in the comments. No matter what platform you are on. Good, 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 good. So it sounds good. Great morning, great morning. I am excited. Boom, boom. So you may have saw the title, you may not. You may have just saw my amazing smile and decided that you were going to hop in this morning. We've been doing this is week 3 of the Press Play series. Man, oh man. And so, for those of you that do not know, the Press Play replays, the audios are available bit.ly / WVL Press Play. That's bit.ly / WVL Press Play. You can definitely catch those. And I've already started getting feedback on the affirmations as well as on the audio replays. So I'm super excited about you guys tapping into that. But on this day, listen, we're going to talk about pressing that fast forward button and what that really looks like. And for women in business, for men in business, entrepreneurs, podcasters, speakers, authors, no matter what industry you're in, there is a fast forward button. Somebody say that this morning. There is a fast forward button. And I know that oftentimes we thought that the fast forward button was us being a replica of someone else. The fast forward button was us studying and, doing what someone else did to the letter, to the T. But I want to give you some clear insight. That is not how you press the fast forward button. And I've learned over the years that that is actually the way that you press the rewind button in your business, because you'll often find that you're trying to sound like someone else or look like someone else, and that is not what your clients, customers, what they are looking for. So we want them to get the authentic us, so that means you got to show up authentically us. So with that being said, when it comes to pressing fast forward, you don't press forward to try to fast forward past the pain. Can we I know that was a little rough this morning. You like that, Altavish, you just going all the way in like that on me. I understand. When we look at the pain of being in entrepreneurship, when we look at the pain, they talk about growing pains. There's actually pains, as you're stretching. And so many of us, we have to go through those stretching moments. We have to go through those pains, because if we go through those pains, it provides us with the support we need for where we're going. So we have to have that, we have to look at that and really say, the growing pains, I can't fast forward past the growing pains. Somebody say that down below. I cannot press fast forward past the growing pains, because what I'll do is, if I try to pass it and just press fast forward, I won't appreciate the level I'm on. I won't appreciate the height. I won't appreciate the growth that I've received as a result of that pain. Now, for those of you that don't know, I've authored and co-authored a total of 19 books now. Every book project is different, and there's some growing pains with each project. I know we wish that it would all go just, smoothly, but things happen. This year we had a pandemic. We had so many different things that kind of could have tripped us up this year. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Shalonda. I see you guys this morning. Thank you guys for joining us. Let me make sure that it's not private over there. That's what it is. Facebook does its own thing. Make sure y'all popping up on the screen so I can say hello. Good morning. So you got to have that understanding. Guess what? When I decide that I'm going to Press play, life happens. When I decide that I'm going to press play, life happens. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so I found that in the years, and I actually had a conversation with someone earlier this week about some of the things that I went through just years ago coming into the industry, some of the things that I endured, some of the growing pains, some of the fears. And just some of the things that I now look at and I can admire and I can appreciate some of the things that I went through because they were lessons that I learned, right? And we know that the lessons we learn can turn into the products that we sell, right? Hey, Carol, good morning, sis. Oftentimes, the lessons we learn can turn into the products that we sell. The lessons we learn turn into the books that we create. They turn into what we go and teach somebody else because we don't want people to go through what we went through, but we went through it for a reason. Y'all better catch that. Hashtag catch it. We went through it for a reason. So don't try to fast forward past the pain. We have to learn through the pain. We have to go ahead and understand why the pain is there so that way we don't get ourselves in that predicament anymore. So that way we don't put ourselves in that environment anymore. And so when we learn, now I can do better. So we're not pressing fast forward to not feel pain. We don't press fast forward just to be seen. Unfortunately, a lot of people who come into the speaking industry, they think that I have to find that fast forward button so that I can get on their stages because I need to be on the stage with Les Brown. I need to be on the stage with Lisa Nichols. And it it plays into a negative mindset because when you come into the industry with that mindset, what tends to happen is now I think I always have to be on a stage with somebody else, and I don't appreciate the gifts that I'm bringing to the table. So don't press fast forward because you want to be seen or you want to get on somebody else's level because that takes you away from the journey that is tailor made for you. Somebody say this morning. I have a journey that is tailor made for me. I have a journey that is tailor made for me, and you have a journey that is tailor made for you. And when you tap into that journey that is tailor made for you, then you're not going to get easily distracted or sidetracked by people that mean you no harm. I mean you no good or mean you no harm. You won't get easily distracted or sidetracked by that comparison bug. Thank you for the reactions. I appreciate you guys by that comparison bug, right? Because a lot of people, that's what they fall into that category. Uh, they fall into I'm getting bit by the comparison bug. I need to look like them, sound like them, and even though we talk about it, let's just be honest. There are still going to be people that this is what they're enduring. This is what they're going through. And so I gotta get past where I am. I gotta make six figures. I gotta make this. I gotta have 100 million people following me. I gotta have 10,000 followers. And they're trying to press that fast forward button to be seen, not realizing, and this is the aha, not realizing that you're attempting to be seen and you don't have anything to show yet. Y'all better catch it. Y'all better catch that. Be careful not to try to be seen when you don't have the things to show off yet. Don't fight so hard to be seen. And what you have, you've not perfected it yet, but you want to be seen. And so this is coming from somebody who's an introvert. I'm the opposite. I was not trying to be seen. I was not trying to be out in the forefront. Okay? Can we have that moment of honesty? I was not trying to be out in the forefront. I was not trying to be the face of the brand. I was not, and I still have my moments where I kind of fall back and try to do some things behind the scenes. But I found myself learning that there are people that will push you and make you feel as though you have to reach a certain level. There's going to be people that go and push you and make you think that you have to um, do everything at a rapid speed. And what I found is that unfortunately, when you try to do things faster or you try to press that fast forward button, you miss opportunities, you miss connections, you miss the lessons, you miss certain things because you're trying to speed and get to something else. Here's the thing, and this is why businesses have gone and made it a marketing tool, FOMO. They use it as a marketing tool because you're so busy trying to press fast forward to get to a certain point. They can sell you anything with the premise, with the pretty dazzling lights that it's going to help you to press fast forward in your business. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Donna. Good morning. Come on, right? Stephanie said it's listen, you miss those learning moments. And so if I press fast forward, and this is what companies, big companies, this is what coaches are doing, this is what is going on in the industry behind the scenes, is that if I sell to you and I make you think that you need it, and that you not only need it, that you need it now, and it's going to help you press fast forward in your business, then I can put a price on it and you'll pay it. And I I've had conversations with people that they've gone and this is one of the reasons we doing this strategy session on Sunday. This strategy session is going to take you to a whole nother level. And it's because we have to see that, okay, we got to sit down and be real about what it is we have and what it is we need. That's why the first part of the session is going to be purge. We got to determine what it is we have and what it is we need. And unfortunately, so many people get so caught up in everything that's going on. They get so caught up in what this person is doing and that person, and they get so caught up that now they get back into that habit of I'm gonna go and invest in things that I don't really need. They get back into the habit of I'm gonna go and join this group and I'm not gonna be active. They get, you know what I mean? This is the things that happen. And so this is why you see Facebook groups with 10, 20,000 people, and you may see about 50 people active in the group. It's that FOMO. The FOMO got you in there, but it wasn't really something that you needed. It wasn't really something that you were going to value. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Misty. How are you ladies doing this morning? So, when I have that understanding that I want to make sure that the things I'm investing in are things that are going to be of value, they're things that are going to fast forward for me, not because I'm trying to be seen, not because I'm trying to bypass pain, then I realize that there's a strategy to it. Somebody say there's a strategy to it. There is a strategy to me being able to press fast forward. And so I put some of the things in the caption for today's message because I really wanted you to understand that. Good morning, Julia, all the way from Italy. How are you this morning, sis? I wanted you to understand that pressing fast forward is is a lot easier than you thought, and it may not take the things that you originally thought it was going to take. And so there's no reason why none of you can't press play and in the last 3 weeks of this year make things happen. There's no reason that you watching, you listening to this audio, you watching this video, there is no reason that you cannot press play in your business, in your life, in your relationships, in your spiritual walk. There's no reason that you cannot press play and be successful this year. Good morning, Tracy. How are you this morning? There is no reason. And so when I say it's time for us to, press the fast forward button because we have 3 weeks left, less than 3 weeks now. We got 3 weeks left. What does that look like? So number one, I press fast forward when I take consistent action. Here's the thing, is there's always someone watching you. Always. There's always somebody watching you. There's always somebody paying attention to what you're doing. There's always somebody who's looking and following your journey, even if they never press a button, even if they never leave a comment. There are people that I'll have a video and there'll be hundreds of people watching the video. And guess what? There may be 100 comments, but it's not from 100 people. You got to have that understanding. There's always people watching your journey. That does not stop. It does not quit. Come on. Come on. Look, 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 look. So I love this. Tracy just said, I pressed fast forward by following through on a connection made during one of your videos, and that gained me 2 sales this week. Listen, listen. So Tracy is talking about earlier, was it this? Yeah, she was talking about, we were talking about community and, the groups that you should be a part of and how you can go ahead and gain access to opportunities. And so she connected with another young lady who does events. And look at that, got 2 sales this week, 2 more sales. That's pressing fast forward because guess what? Everywhere, we're all in a pandemic. Live events are shut down. But it's up to you to say, I'm going to press fast forward and still move forward in my business. And what does that mean? Having the right connection. So taking consistent action. Tracy shows up consistently. She's in the comments. She's connecting with people. She's going and having conversations. She's consistent. It's the consistent action. So if somebody comes in 2 days out the week, they're going to see Tracy's name. If they're in the Facebook group, they're going to see Tracy's name. They're going to see her commenting on videos. They're going to see her commenting on posts. Guess what? It's your consistent action that leads to you being able to press fast forward because someone will see that consistent action and they will come to you. And then it's not you chasing down leads. It's the leads chasing you. It's not you chasing down guests for your podcast. It's podcast guests coming and emailing you. It changes the dynamic because you've been consistent. People crack me up because they'll go and they'll get like a package from someone for podcasting, and the person has only been podcasting for 6 months. And they're so gung ho, they're gonna go and get this package, and that person has only been doing it for 6 months. And then I'll go and say, that's great, or I'll have someone who I've had this happen a couple of times. People will see the prices of my package and they'll say, well, I have somebody that'll help me for free. Okay. Yeah. They just started their podcast and they're going to help me start mine. Wait a minute. You got to be careful with that because they have not shown you that they've been consistent in doing this. Yes, there are some things that they can help you with, but when you are trying to do something, when you are trying to build a legacy, when you're trying to build a brand, you need to find people that are taking consistent action. I need you to take consistent action. Because if you're not taking consistent action, then how are you going to hold me accountable to take consistent action in my business? Les Patterson is over in the Facebook group and he said, when the pandemic hit in early 2020, I intentionally chose to focus my efforts on intentionality and consistently expanding into opportunities rather than shrinking into limitations. And so the limitations, can we be honest? Every year, I mean, all year long across the board, everyone has had limitations. We've all had reasons to stop. We've all had reasons to press pause and press stop in our business, our life, our relationships. We've all had it. That consistent action, that deliberate action is what helps you to press fast forward. So while other people were struggling to get sales, there were other people who they pressed fast forward and got multiple new sales and multiple new clients. There were other people that pressed fast forward and were able to do something phenomenal. Guess what? It's time for you to get back to doing something phenomenal. 3 weeks, guys. We have 3 weeks left in 2020. And there's somebody that needs exactly what it is that you have. They're waiting for your book. They're waiting for your talk. They're waiting for all of these things. They're waiting for you to show up. And it's great being able to show up online, but they need for you to show up in person. It's great for you to show up online, but they need you to show up in person. And so taking consistent action was number one. Number two, when you collaborate, that is how you press fast forward in your business. Can I tell you, we were just celebrating this week where the blog, the hashtag All Voice Matters blog, we just tripled our views from last year. Triple them. It's through collaboration, it's through networking, it's through service. And so being able to do that and have that milestone was epic, y'all. That's epic. Because I remember in the beginning where I would post and I would not get any engagement. Okay, how many of y'all have moments like that? How many of y'all have had moments? Hey Tammy, I see you this morning, sis. How many of y'all have moments where you would go and you would post and not get any engagement on the post, or you would go and you would put out a flyer or a link and nobody would sign up, or you would get trickles of people signing up? This is why this strategy session this Sunday is going to be so phenomenal, because you're going to sit down and really purge, plan, and pursue so that way you can end this year strong. I get it. Some of y'all is like, I heard it on the phone. I get it. I understand. There are people who are making it seem like it's just, you just snap your fingers and it just all comes into place. That you just put out the flyer and it just all comes into place. And the reality is that's not it. That's not how it is. You really need to sit down and do the work. Yeah, you can use somebody else's template, but that's only going to take you so far. Look, Brittany said, I have. Shalonda said, so true. It's only going to take you so far. Because guess what? It's not authentically you. My clients in my accountability community, my one-on-one clients, they know I'm always pushing. What's the authenticity about you? What's you personified? Let's put you out there personified. We don't have to have you sound like Lisa Nichols. There's already a Lisa Nichols. We don't have to have you sound like Les Brown. There's already a Les Brown. I need you to sound authentically you. I need you to show up authentically you. And this weekend, oh, y'all gonna get the business, because we are going to purge, plan, and pursue. So that way you end the year strong. You will be able to knock something off of your to-do list. You will be able to knock something off of your vision board. And can I just say this? There is no other feeling. It's great to have the vision board. It's great to be able to have the pretty pictures on there, but there is no greater feeling than being able to check off what's on the vision board, because you've done it. You've done the consistent action. You've gone and you've collaborated. You've put yourself in position to make things happen. Look, Brittany just said it. I just made a video about this, and listen, and didn't post it yet. We are in tune. Come on. You gotta have that. Let's get in alignment. Let's get in alignment. There are way too many people that are missing opportunities because they're fearful of collaboration. I collaborate with other podcasters. I collaborate with other women in business. Listen, this week I had podcast guests from other women and men in business. I have posted blog posts on the Our Voice Matters blog from other people in business who are killing it. And guess what? Blew up. This was a milestone this week. And it was funny because I got to share it with my daughter. I was going through the list this week, and for the blog, it's a global platform. The podcast is we have global listeners, so we are like trending right now. Like our third highest listeners are coming in from India right now for the podcast, and then like our third, they're either the second or the third on the blog. I go. And I'm looking at the countries that are paying, that are checking out the blog. And one of the places that pop up is Kai 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 Gans Kai Gans the Khan. I think that's what it was. Whatever it was a place I had never heard of. It was a place I had never heard of. And I was looking and I was like, wow. But it started a conversation between me and my daughter because I'm like, okay, let's look this place up and see where it is. So we look it up, we see where it's at. It's like on the border of China. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing to be able to connect with people globally like that. It came from collaboration. There were people on my that have submitted guest blog posts that are from Australia, Malaysia, that are in Canada, that are in Scotland, that are in the UK, that are in Africa. Guys, I highlighted a school in Africa, a program for youth in Africa on the blog. Like I'm doing things that most people, they want to talk about the celebrities and they want to talk, that's cute. No, I want to talk about what's really being done to help people around the world. What's really being done to elevate people in life and in business. And so being able to do that puts me in a different, we're not the same. It puts me in a different category. But it's through the connections, the collaborations, and the networking that we're getting these stories out there, y'all. That we're getting these connections out there. And so here it is. We're, now being read in Kaiganstan. God, I can't even remember how to pronounce it, guys. Here's the thing. There are people that say, I want an international platform. I want my book to be sold internationally. I'm an international best-selling author. I'm an international podcaster. I'm an international award-winning speaker. The blog is international. Like we think that we just have to follow somebody's plan to do it. And in all actuality, we forget the power of collaboration. We forget that we're stronger together. We forget that our voices are louder if we're doing it in unison. And I think 2020 should have taught us as business owners, now more than ever, that the collaborations we do create cash, that the conversations we have create currency. Just let that filter through your shana now for a second. The conversations we have create currency. The collaborations that we create cash. And we're looking for us to get paid from the person, and that's not necessarily what's going to happen, but it creates something later down the line. I connected with someone because those of you that know, we released hashtag unmuted. The new book anthology came out this year, and part of what we're doing is connecting and sending books. We're not charging them. We're taking the books and we're sending them to women's organizations around the world. So, women's shelters, women's programs. And so, through collaboration and through conversation, I connected with someone who said, I know of a women's organization in Pakistan. This would be that would be a great space for you to share the books. Listen, and this is the thing, no price point on it. This is coming from World Voice League. This is part of our mission. It's to impact the lives of women around the world. Can I tell y'all something? And this gonna hurt. Check your community. Check your collaborations. Check your support system. Come on. Hey Leroy, good morning. Check your support system. I'm gonna tell you this for a reason. I remember being in a community where somebody said it, and they made a big joke about it. Everybody was laughing and teeing. Well, if you write in a book, you should be getting paid for it. If you write in a book, it should be for you to get money. Don't put limitations on on my gifts. I don't know about y'all, and you can say this in the comments below. I will not allow anybody to limit my gifts. I don't know what that's going to do for somebody when they get that book in their hand. Everybody's everybody's mission is not going to be the same. Everybody's journey is not going to be the same. So be mindful of the community that you're a part of, because if it's all about the money for them, that's fine. But don't limit me to making it all about the money for me. See, what I found, oh, and this was not even written down. What I found is one of the ways that you press fast forward is when you serve. I have a servant's heart. I've always had a servant's heart. But one of the ways that you press fast forward in your business, one of the ways that you press fast forward in your life is through service. Why do you think philanthropy is so big? Why do you think there are so many advocates in the world? Why do you think there are so many organizations in the world that's serving people? Don't allow anybody to limit your gifts. If that's the limitation that they have on their future and on their vision and on what the mission that has been placed on their heart, you let them be. Come on. Jessica said yes. Okay? You let them have that. But I will not allow anybody to limit my gifts. I learned that the hard way. That was one of those moments. I'm glad that I learned it. We have to serve. And so one of the ways that you press fast forward is when you serve. Because what you fail to realize is when you serve, you are making a deposit. And we talked about this earlier this week. I'm making a deposit of a seed that is going to go and be part of the harvest that I need later on in my business. It is the seed I am sowing right now that is going to, I can come and do live videos and give you content upon content upon content. You guys, listen, we did the bundle and I've already had people who are like, oh my goodness, I'm only on day 2. Oh my goodness, the affirmations are amazing. Because guess what? It's a seed. There will be some seeds that you sow, and it will be some seeds that you sell. I hope y'all catch this. There are some seeds that you sow, there are some seeds that you sell, there are some seeds that you plant. Sow, sell, plant. The seeds that you sow are the ones that you are giving to someone else. The seeds that you sell are the ways that you are building up your business and your brand. Guess what? Somebody was, and I love this. This is what really shifted my mind. Like it was confirmation. It didn't shift it. It was confirmation. I don't know if y'all know who Jamal King is. Jamal King is um, awesome, awesome man. 9 to 5 millionaire is who he is. He does everything with real estate investing. He just launched a book. Guess how much the book is? The book is $100. Now, peep game. There are people that are like, "Oh my goodness, how are you going and charging $100 for a book?" Easy. He knows the value that he has. He's been giving out content for years. And the book is not just a book, it's a bundle. But he understands that he has served to a capacity and that what he is selling, he sees the value in it. Can I tell y'all something? Sometimes we need to get back to serving so that way we can understand the value of what we have. Some of you have not served in a great capacity, so you don't even understand the value of what you have. You haven't done anything for anyone else, but you want people to come and buy your stuff. You haven't put yourself in that position. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more this weekend when we talk about how you're going to pursue what that pursuit really looks like for the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. So we're literally, this is your intensive, so to speak, when we do the strategy session on Sunday. So bit.ly/WVL press play is how you get the bundle and you get access to the strategy session on Sunday. We are going all in. I'm not holding, no, we're not. We're not playing games. You will get an email telling you exactly what you need to have with you while we're doing this strategy session. Listen, because we got greater things coming. So the strategy session is Sunday for a reason. I understand the value that I get. I understand what it is that I have to offer. I understand. I understand in comparison to what other people are doing. And so there have been people who have gone and, done marketing plan sessions and profit planning sessions and all of these great things. And that was great. Here's the thing. They did all of these sessions and they added to what you had, but there's some key steps that they missed. Notice what this Sunday strategy session is all about. Purge, plan, pursue, in that order. We get excited because most people do the plan and the pursuit, but they miss the purge. And so I'm going to take y'all through some things that's going to set y'all right. Y'all going to get set right. Thank you for those of you that have shared out the broadcast. Thank you for those that have given reactions and all of you that are coming in. I appreciate the conversation, guys. Look, Jessica said, I can't wait. Good morning, Travis. How are you this morning? I hope you're having a great Friday morning. We have some great things happening, but we got to be in alignment. We got to be in position. So pressing fast forward, you got to take consistent action. You got to collaborate. The third one that we just said, you got to serve. You got to serve, guys. We got to have that understanding. Get out there, serve. Who are you serving? Who are you putting your information in front of and actually helping them to elevate into another level? It's important for you to know that. And then invest properly. Here is the thing. I can tell you that I've made some bad investments. I've made some good investments. I've made some investments that are still giving me, that are still giving me a return on the investment. Then I made some that, well, you live and you learn. And I'm speaking to the hurt entrepreneur this morning. I'm speaking to the hurt business owner this morning. Some of you stopped making the investment because of what happened in the last business deal. Some of you stopped making investments in your business, in your life, in your health and wellness. You stopped making investments because of what somebody said. You stopped making investments because of what somebody did. You stopped making investments. And when you stop making the investments, you stop reaping a harvest. When you stop making the investments, you stop reaping a harvest. And so you did not see things happen for you this year because you stopped making the investments you needed to make. And when I say investments, investment is not always going to be money. Sometimes it is, but your time, your money, your energy, your wisdom, the investments that you're making. And so some of you, you cut people off because you were frustrated at them and angry. Some people get frustrated by, the things that's going on, and you're cutting off. It's like you're attached to a vine. And don't be so frustrated that you cut yourself from a vine that was providing you nutrients, that was providing something that you needed. Yeah, so I don't know who that's for this morning, but don't get so frustrated that you cut yourself from the vine, and the vine was providing you with what you needed. The vine was keeping you growing and moving to another level. And I know we get butt hurt on some things, and it makes us stop making the investment. And I went through that 2 years ago. I said I didn't want another coach. I didn't want to join another program. I didn't want to be in another group. I didn't know. And that's an honesty moment, as an from entrepreneur to entrepreneur, from mompreneur, sisterpreneur, whatever you want to call me, to entrepreneur. That's an honesty moment, because we go through so much and we don't talk about it. We allow it to just sit on the shelf and get dusty, and we allow it to grow things that it ain't supposed to grow. You got to heal from that. We talked about that earlier this week. And so, in order for you to get past that, I got to make sure that I'm making the investments that are necessary. I have to. I get it. It's easier said than done. I got that, but it's necessary. And so, when you start making those investments, again, we talked about the seed. When you plant the seed, when you sow the seed, you're making an investment. Guess what? The harvest is going to come back from that. It may not come today. It may not come next week. It may not come till next year. But there's going to be a harvest. That's going to be something that's going to be phenomenal for you as an entrepreneur. And so the last piece of it is your kingdom conversations. And kingdom conversations will always put you in a position to fast forward, because it brings you back into alignment with the vision that He has for your life, the plan God has for your life. So, kingdom conversations will always bring you back to a position of being able to fast forward. Because here's the thing, and again, lessons that I've learned along the way. When you're having conversations with people, and people want to give you their 2 cents, people want to share with you, oh yeah, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. Yeah, oh no, I did this and I did that. The conversations we have is always going to be in our head. Like, it's always going to filter through. It's going to stick with us, whether it was a good conversation or a bad conversation. And so when I'm having kingdom conversations, so you need some kingdom entrepreneurs, you need some kingdom wives and kingdom husbands that can speak to you from a kingdom perspective. Because guess what? Royalty and those who are not in royalty have two different languages. Shout out to Mr. Wake Your Successful Self Up, Mr. Felix Anderson. You got to change. Something he said yesterday was you have to change. You got to level up your conversation. You got to level up your language. That's what he said. You got to level up your language. And when I have kingdom conversations, I'm putting myself in a position to have conversations that are going to level up what it is that I'm doing and put me back in alignment with the plan that God has for me. When I'm having kingdom conversations, guess what? There's going to be people, they're not giving you kingdom conversation. Come on, they're not giving you kingdom conversations, and they're just speaking from a point of hurt, or ultimately just a place of emotion. And that's just, we know people like that. We've been like that. I've had moments where I spoke from a place of emotion, and I had to take it back, and I had to step back and swallow them words, right? I had to swallow those words. I had to go back and say, maybe that ain't the way. Maybe that's not the way I should be going. I've had those moments. When we speak from a place of emotion, we're not having a kingdom conversation per se. There's going to be some emotional kingdom conversations too, but I have to check my emotions at the door sometimes because emotions can be the Achilles heel to my vision. And this ain't for everybody. This is not for the people that are, oh no, I just want to figure out how I can make six figures this weekend. This is not for you. That's why everybody is not going to be interested in this strategy session because it's not for everybody. It's going to be for the people that really want to move and do something this year. It's going to be for the people that really said, oh no, I'm going to execute at a higher level. I'm going to start 2021 great and on a high, high energy with that momentum, but 2020 is not done. It's for the author that said 2020 is not done. There's still something I can do this year. 2020 is not done. And so when we have that understanding, guess what? It puts you at a different level. It will put you at a different level. And I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what things that have really, have been battling with this year. Everybody's been different. But we can press fast forward and put ourselves at a higher level when we do these things. When you take consistent action, when you collaborate, when you invest properly, when you serve, and when you have kingdom conversations. That's me taking back power over what I'm doing. It's me taking back power over my life. It's me taking back power over where it is I said I wanted to go. And this year could have been a really rough one for you. But are you giving power to this year or are you taking power back? You got to ask yourself that question. Am I giving power to this year or am I going to take this power back? For those of you ready to take the power back, I'm going to see y'all Sunday. bit.ly/WVL press play. It's time to take our power back. And some of you, you're like, no, I did some things this year. Right. But did you do it at your highest level? Did you do it at the highest capacity? Did you put yourself in a position to where you were executing at a high level? It's time for us to get our power back. I am excited about this weekend. I'm excited about this whole session that we're about to do because enough is enough. Enough is enough. We're not going to have another year of saying, this didn't work out for me. I'm going to just wait till January. I'm going to just start next week. I'm going to just start. No, no, no. We're going to start now. We're going to press play and we're going to do the things that are necessary so that way we can press fast forward. You guys have an amazing Saturday, an amazing weekend, amazing Friday. Those of you that know, join us Saturday mornings in the free group that I give y'all a motivational message every Saturday morning around 8 a.m. I am looking forward to this weekend. For those of you that have already gotten your press play bundle, make sure you tune in, get that. Look out for your email with everything for you guys to be able to join Sunday for the session. This is going to be, it will not be live streamed. This is not for, again, this is for the people that are ready to be on purpose. It will not be live streamed. It will not. So you need to get that information so that way you can be there in the room. And the only way that you'll get the replay is through the bundle. It'll be added to the bundle, but it will not be live streamed. Somebody else asked me that, are you gonna live stream it to the group? And no. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So you guys have a powerful, powerful weekend. And don't forget, look for me tomorrow morning. Until next time, guys, don't forget to press it out. See ya.